Choose a better life. Do you want a better life? Decide to have a better life. It's that simple. It might sound cliché, but the reality is, this is profoundly true. If you want a better life, start by reflecting on what goes right and what goes wrong in your current situation. Let's say you're a bit overweight. It's not necessarily because you inherited poor genes. Most of the time, it's because of the choices you've made. Yes, certain individuals are blessed with great genes, but the reality is most of us have very similar genetic makeup. The reason we're overweight is not because of our genes but because we've made poor choices. Blaming genetics is just a way to make ourselves feel better about our situation. If you want to improve your life, the first step is to stop making excuses. Let's take the example of being 30 pounds overweight. Instead of saying, "Oh, I have bad genes," recognize that this is an excuse to justify poor decisions. This mindset shift is crucial. When things go wrong, justifying them by external factors removes personal responsibility. For instance, I used to be 30 or 40 pounds overweight. Now, I'm only 5 to 10 pounds above my ideal weight because I chose to make the right decisions. I know that I will reach my ideal weight within the next 5 to 10 weeks because I am committed to making the right choices. The only person I can blame if I don't reach my goal is myself. Excuses like, "I have bad genes," or "I didn't learn good eating habits when I was young," are justifications for continued poor choices. These excuses won't help you pay your bills or get in shape. If you want to have the life you desire, you need to stop making excuses and start making better choices. Consider all the reasons people give for being overweight: inherited bad genes, a slow metabolism, or never learning how to eat properly. These reasons shift the blame away from personal responsibility. Imagine someone saying, "The reason I'm overweight is that I am making poor decisions." This person is already halfway to solving their problem because they acknowledge that their choices are the root cause. Recognizing that you have control over your situation empowers you to make changes. This principle applies to every aspect of your life: personal, professional, and beyond. Are you unhappy in life? Believe it or not, that is also a choice. You can choose to be happy or unhappy. Some people advocate for being content regardless of your weight, but there's a critical point to consider: health. Being significantly overweight is not healthy. If it were, I'd have no concern with it. It's not about vanity or looking good, it's about being healthy. A healthy weight is not about being excessively slim but about finding a balance that promotes well-being. For most people, a BMI, body mass index, between 20 and 24 is considered healthy. Some might feel comfortable at a slightly higher or lower weight within this range, and that's perfectly fine. The concern arises when you are outside this range. Being too low in weight can be just as unhealthy as being too high. Many individuals have died from anorexia, an illness characterized by an unhealthy fixation on being thin, leading to severe undernutrition. Conversely, far more people suffer from health complications due to being overweight. Thus, aiming for a healthy weight is essential. Whether you prefer to be slightly thinner or heavier within the healthy range is up to you. However, feeling comfortable outside the healthy range poses significant health risks, including shorter life expectancy. On the other hand, if feeling positive about your weight helps you adopt healthier habits and eventually reach a healthy weight, then that positivity is beneficial. The key goal is to strive towards and maintain a healthy weight. Remember, it's about your choices and your health. If you examine any aspect of your life, realize that your circumstances are largely due to your decisions. It's not about blaming others or external factors. It's about taking responsibility for your choices. Yes, some people are fortunate to start with advantages, such as supportive families, excellent education, or natural talents. However, many successful individuals began with very little and made the right choices to improve their lives. This proves that with determination and the right decisions, anything is possible. Your life is shaped by your choices. If you want to be happy and achieve your goals, start making the right decisions today. Set clear goals and work towards them with dedication and persistence. Achieving a better life is not about luck. It's about making consistent, positive choices that lead you towards your desired outcomes. Consider setting specific, measurable, attainable, relevant, and time-bound, SMART, goals. This approach helps you create a clear roadmap for success. For example, if you want to lose weight, set a goal like, "I will lose 10 pounds in the next 3 months by exercising 5 days a week and eating a balanced diet." This goal is specific, measurable, and time-bound, giving you a clear target to aim for. Additionally, surround yourself with supportive people who encourage your growth. Positive influences can significantly impact your ability to stay motivated and make good choices. Seek out friends, family members, or mentors who share your values and goals. They can provide valuable advice, encouragement, and accountability as you work towards a better life. Another crucial aspect is developing a growth mindset. This means viewing challenges as opportunities to learn and grow rather than as insurmountable obstacles. Embrace failures and setbacks as part of the learning process. When you encounter difficulties, instead of giving up, ask yourself, what can I learn from this experience? How can I improve? This mindset shift can help you stay resilient and focused on your long-term goals. Furthermore, take time to regularly assess your progress and adjust your strategies as needed. Reflect on what's working and what's not. Be willing to make changes to your plan if you find certain approaches are not yielding the desired results. Flexibility and adaptability are key components of sustained success. Lastly, practice self-compassion. Be kind to yourself during this journey. Understand that making significant life changes takes time and effort. There will be ups and downs, and it's important to stay patient and persistent. Celebrate your progress, no matter how small, and keep moving forward. In conclusion, choosing a better life is about making a conscious decision to take control of your choices and actions. It's about recognizing that your current circumstances are the result of past decisions and that you have the power to change your future by making better choices today. Whether it's about achieving a healthy weight, finding happiness, or succeeding in your professional life, the principles are the same. Take responsibility, stop making excuses, and start making positive decisions. Your life is in your hands, and you have the power to create the future you desire. Improve your life, form proper habits, it's that easy. Good habits form habits and breaking habits. In this chapter, we're going to stress the importance of creating good habits and destroying bad habits. It's very critical that you look at your habits and you determine which of those habits are good and which one of those habits is bad. So which are orange habits and which are cookie habits? And the goal is really to get rid of the cookie habits and replace them all with orange habits. The orange habits are going to be those habits that you do that are good for your future. So for example, if you eat a healthy diet, and that's part of your habit, that's an orange habit. On the other hand, if you're habitually eating junk food, or potato chips or cookies, those are bad habits. And those are the type of habits we need to get rid of. And the same is true for your personal life, your professional life, and of course your physical life. The physical is the easiest to see because it's very concrete. You see what diet you have and you can see whether there are healthy foods or unhealthy foods, or you're eating natural foods, are you eating fruits and vegetables? Or are you eating processed foods such as chips, cookies, brownies, and others? If you're eating much more natural foods, you're going to be having a lot better habits than if you're normally eating pizza, cookies, chips, Coke, or drinking Coke. Now of course Rome was not built in a day. So if you have a ton of bad habits or cookie habits, you need to start changing them and replacing them with orange habits. As an example, I used to always have my coffee with milk or cream and 2 teaspoons of sugar, and that was a habit. Well, one day I did the calculation and I said if I have 2 or 3 cups of coffee a day, add 2 tablespoons per cup, let's assume 3 cups of coffee a day times 2 teaspoons. That's 6 teaspoons a day. Multiply by that 365 days in the year and that's a lot of sugar and a lot of calories. That alone would account for many pounds of basically added fat. So for example, let's just say we're talking 350 days, we'll round it up around a down, and let's say we're talking 6 teaspoons, or let's call that 2 tablespoons. Add 30 grams as a spoon, so that adds up to 30 times to 60 times 350. So is 3,500 times 6, which is equal to 21,000 calories per year just in those little sugars in coffee. Well, that is about 2.5 kilograms of fat per year. So just eliminate the sugar. And if you also want to eliminate the milk or cream, you're taking out a lot of additional calories. So what I did was I replaced that coffee with a simple black coffee. And that alone has allowed me to incur about 2.5 kilograms per year. On top of it, I immediately switched from drinking normal Coke to drinking Diet Coke. And that was another probably 400 calories said per day, so if you multiply that by 350 you can see that this quickly adds up. So I was saving a ton of calories per year, and this was able to reduce my two little things. Now, did I miss the sugar? Did I miss the cream? Have absolutely. In the beginning I missed it, but after a few weeks, Maybe it took me a month or so, I no longer missed it. And now what I would do is now and again. I would have my cream and sugar with my coffee, but this would be once a week or perhaps twice a week as opposed to 2 or 3 times a day. And that was a significant saving. So these little things that you can do that do not disrupt your habits, but small things can add up. Small things that you do multiple times a day can add up to over a year to have a great effect. And the same thing is true in your personal life or professional life. So for example, if you get into the habit of watching 1 or 2 hours of Netflix every night, if you instead take that 1 or 2 hours and put it into developing a talent or a skill, you can improve your professional life greatly. Or as well, you could put that 1 to 2 hours towards your friends. Spend more quality time with your friends and family or your significant other and improve your personal life. You can also take that time to do some further exercise and derive many further benefits. What I like to do is replace watching television with rather reading, and some of the reading will be just for joy. But some of the reading will be to benefit me or to learn a new skill. So this will go a long way and far better results than just simply watching a television show. So there are many ways that you can take little small steps, and they can have significant results over a year. And the great thing with doing this is that you really can develop habits quite quickly. And so now my habit, for example, with coffee is just to have a black, and not having a black seems unusual rather than the reverse. Before would seem unusual to have my coffee black, now it would seem unusual to have anything else but blank. So really, a lot of what we do is based on habit. But remember this, whatever habit you have, you choose to start that habit. So if you watch 2 hours on Netflix every night, you chose to create that as a habit. You might feel, well, now I'm in the routine. And it's hard to change. But don't forget, it was you that created that habit. And as you that can change that habit, as you can break that habit. Again, as I mentioned earlier, I used to have a bag of chips every night while watching Netflix, so I had 2 bad habits. One was watching for about 2 hours on Netflix, and the other was having chips and Coke and cookies while watching Netflix. And the two reinforce each other. So this created a situation where I was just getting more and more out of shape. And I was not in control of my personal or professional life, and my physical life was also getting out of control of my weight and control over my physique, as I was no longer having it because I started to develop some bad habits. So just because you feel you have a bad habit, do not feel that that bad habit that you have is there for life. In all honesty, if you change it 3, 4, or 5 times in a row, each next day that you change it is going to be easier and easier and easier. By the time you're on your 15 days or your 20 days, it's now quite easy, and now you're developing the opposite habit. So before, my habit was eating a bag of chips, and now my habit is never to eat a bag of chips, and I saw now I might be if I have a few potato chips one night. That would seem unusual. And it's much easier for me not to open a bag of chips than it is to open one. In all honesty, in my basement cupboard, I have about 10 bags of chips there. Any time at any point, if I want to open a bag of chips I can, but I choose not to. And that's the important thing. I choose to have a healthy diet. I choose to be slim. These are all the choices now. You can choose to be slim, but if you're like very overweight, you still can choose to be slim, but it's going to take time for you to get slim. So if you make the choice today to eat the habit of a slim version of yourself, or if you know someone, a colleague or friend, a partner, that is slim, if you mirror their habits, you will also be slim. How much are they working? How often are they eating? What is their eating? What is the portion size? All of these things take in grain amount into effect. Then reality is calorie in, calorie out. So if you want to lose weight, watch how many calories you eat. That will be the best way to achieve it. Create a 500 calorie deficit by reducing how much you eat. So if you imagine you've been at the same way for the past 3 or 4 years, what that means is you're basically in a calorie neutral situation. So you're probably eating, depending on how many calories you're burning a day, you're probably eating about 2,000, maybe 2,200 calories a day. And that means you're burning 2,200 calories. So if you want to lose weight, all you have to do is subtract your total number of calories by 500. And as I mentioned, this is not that hard to do. You can either cut out some of the fat, come out some of the carbs, or you can also just reduce the size and the portion. Instead of eating 100%, you can eat the same amount, the same quality of everything, but instead, eat 75% of it. So there are many different options. You can also keep the whole diet the same, but knock off the unhealthy portions of the diet. Are you drinking a beer with that? Are you drinking some Kiat Coke with that? Are you putting some added sugar into your diet? Are you snacking on the side? All of these things are areas where you can quickly remove 500 calories. And what's important when you're looking to improve your diet is looking at what you drink. You would be surprised at how easy it is to drink 1,000 calories. So some sugary coffees can go up to 1,000 and even as high as 2,000 calories in one drink. So that's a lot of cream and a lot of sugar. And you can imagine certain coffees from Baileys have a lot of cream and a lot of sugar added. If you drink that, you're going to have a lot of calories, and some of these drinks have either above 2,000 calories or close to 2,000 calories. And you can imagine you can drink that easily in 15 to 20 minutes. So you just drank 2,000 calories in one sitting. And then on top of it, if you get a Big Mac menu, there's another 2,000 calories all of a sudden without even trying, and with a very little time you've consumed 4,000 calories, which is way more than the average personal burn. You wouldn't have to be in the gym just to break even, you would need to be in the gym for about 3 hours depending on how many calories you burn. So that's not going to be easy to do. So be very careful about what you eat and especially what you drink, and get good at finding out the calories of everything, and really cannot stress it enough. Focus on the oranges, focus on the healthy food. Look at your food and ask yourself, is this going to help my health 10 years down the road, or is this going to hurt my house 10 years down the road? If it's processed, if it's sugar, if it's full of fat, going to hurt you. So keep that in mind. And you can start to form strong habits not only on your physical side, but also on your personal and professional side. And with those good habits, you will make the right choices and you will succeed. Anyone is a reflection of the choices that you make. Anyone can decide to work out for 30 minutes today. Anyone can decide to sit on the couch for 30 minutes today. Anyone could decide to eat an orange, or anyone can decide to eat a bag of chips or a box of cookies. That is within anyone's choice. But if you make the right choices, you will have a better life. So I hope that you understand this and make the right choices. And read further on to find tricks about how to make the right choices and how to get into positive reinforcement growth. And also create a network so that you're all following the same steps, and you will succeed within a few months. You won't even recognize yourself, and you will say how easy it is for you to succeed, and you will realize then that your physical life, your personal life, your professional career is all about your own choice. If you want to be slim, choose to be slim. If you want to be strong, choose to be strong. If you want to be wealthy, choose to be wealthy. All of these things that you do during the day, all of the little choices that you make, can determine if you're going to be wealthy. If you're going to be poor. Are you going to be overweight? Are you going to be fit? So if you want to be fit, if you want to be healthy, if you want to be wealthy, if you want to have a happy, personal life, make the right choices today, and tomorrow you will have everything it is that you desire.